You know, my family ended up in Florida about 170 years ago in a little town called Welcome, Florida. Just before the turn of the century, they ended up around Lake Okeechobee. They all lived on the north rim of the lake, and they fished for a living. About 1910, they moved in to the Davie area. There was one single lane turntable bridge that connected Davie to Fort Lauderdale. My parents and my grandmother had a little grocery store in Davie. You know, and I watched my parents with their community involvement. They donated the first property for the volunteer fire department. In elementary school, I went to the old Davie School, and that's the oldest school in Broward County. Today, that is preserved into a museum, and I'm very honored to be a part of that as one of the trustees. I was very blessed to be raised by a grandfather too that was a game warden in the beautiful Florida Everglades. I can remember when I was 3 or 4 years old and he put me in that airboat and we went in to the beautiful Everglades. I remember the smell and the beauty and the sunsets. My grandfather taught me how to wrestle alligators, which is really a traditional culture of Florida. You know, 100 years ago in every little town was not a football team. It was an alligator wrestling team. I've been enjoying that culture for about 50 years. And now today, I'm very honored to be a commissioner appointed by the governor to oversee the Everglades. Because the Everglades is part of our history. It's part of our culture and heritage. And it's so important that we protect that, because the day we destroy it, the quality of life would change dramatically. I've been very blessed to be a successful businessman, and it's been quite a journey. And through that journey, I've seen the importance in this community for preservation, preserving our culture, our heritage, our roots, and our identity. My father was instrumental as one of the pioneers in building the rodeo grounds. So all of us little boys, cowboys become our heroes, and we all grew up to be cowboys. And what a beautiful culture. A lot of people don't realize that the first cowboy in America originated in Florida. He was called a cow hunter. You know, back in the 70s, there was a proposal to tear down the historical rodeo grounds. And I can remember all the cowboys and the cowgirls, we all rode into town, somewhere around 500 horses, surrounded town hall, and our voices were heard. The importance of the preservation and the culture and the heritage of our community. Just most recently, we got a 99-year deed restriction on the Bergeron rodeo grounds. So we can protect that for many, many generations to come. You know, I've rodeoed for the last 30 years, professional circuit, and very honored to say that I made the top 15 in the world in 1984 and competed for the World Championship.
Our first team, Joe Flournoy from Green Grove Springs, Florida, and Ron Bergeron from Hollywood, Florida. Getting set to work for you now, Flournoy and Bergeron.
I I've raised my family in that culture and rodeoed with my 2 sons and my daughters as a family event. And what a beautiful culture. It's been a great part of my life. I'm very blessed to have 2 brothers, Donnie and Lonnie. I have 6 children, 9 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren. And I raised them and taught them the values of the culture, the heritage, the roots, and the identity in this community.